This is from Harmful Opinions. Did you guys see this? Alanah Pearce isn't being honest with you. And I found this curious. So I figured we'd watch it in context and let us make up our own mind to see
in this video.
Is Alanah Pearce a pathological liar? And is she hiding things that I was trying to expose? And then she made her video trying to act like everyone's crazy if they believe people that are pointing out the facts of her lies in the past. It's curious.
In this video, I would like to make a very humble, polite, and simple request of Alanah Pearce. In the recent video of hers I just watched, she shared a clip from an old video of hers. The old video is from September 16th, 2022.
I really like how Harmful Opinions has a point right at the beginning of this video. Listen to what he asks.
And it is private. She shows that it's now called Q&A, Am I Excited for People to Play God of War? And archives show that most of the people who saw it were shown the title Q&A, What It's Like to Work on God of War. My simple request is this. Alanah, would you please kindly unprivate that video? I ask because in this new video of yours, you say,
I never claimed anywhere to be a writer on God of War Ragnarok.
Oh man, here we go. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Isn't it curious how she's privated videos now before she says these things?
I claim to be a writer at Santa Monica Studio, but they are accusing me of specifically lying about being a writer on God of War Ragnarok. Again, a thing I never said. In fact, I have some clips, and there are a lot of these, by the way. I've just pulled a few.
And one of those clips that she says supports the claim that she has never said she was a writer on Ragnarok is pulled from the aforementioned private video. Let's take a look at it.
It's just... you're in for a ride. And I say that as someone who still largely feels like a bystander. I did very little work on this game. Yeah, the reception has been absolutely wonderful and so nice to watch, more on behalf of the people I work with than on behalf of me, again, who I didn't do shit.
So humble. Very nice. But some things bother me. See, I came across an interesting Twitter thread. Let me read it for you. October 7th, 2022, Alanah responds to a post that is now deleted. She says, I joined the studio in 2020 and I worked on the game. I have no idea why y'all would assume this to be a negative, especially when I have always been an enormous God of War fan, but it is what it is. OP responds, chill out, you're in the internet. It's really usual for people to assume your particular role would affect negatively on their most beloved game. Don't take it personally, this happens in every entertainment medium. She responds, Lamau. OP says, I take it that you're not upset about our subjective concerns. She responds, no, I'm not upset. But I do think a defense of, it's completely normal for people to be upset that a writer who is a fan of the series is writing on the series.
I mean, what are people supposed to think when they see you say these things? This is like, you might think it's one of those little innocuous thing that I say here. That's not meaningful in any way. Here's the thing, when Alanah, and I'm sure many of you guys saw Alanah's video where she tried to excuse everything that I called out in my video that got since taken down. And then conveniently after my video got taken down, a couple days later, she comes up with her video, like dismissing everything that I said after my video got taken down. I mean, it's kind of curious the timing where nobody can cross-reference anything or come look at my video and be like, oh, wait a second, but he showed this evidence and you didn't qualify or claim anything against any of that stuff. No. She made sure the video was not there anymore, allegedly, before posting her video. I find that very, very curious. And now we have evidence of her claiming to be a writer, where she says in her video she never did that, which is right here. Here's the thing, by the way. Is it a huge, massive deal? Not the biggest thing in the world, but when you start piling these things together, you get to see a full picture of what you're dealing with. That's all I'm trying to say. And people that are simping for her are just like, oh, it's fine. You just don't like her because she's hot. It's like, no, it's like, you can't just lie about shit and be like, oh, because she's hot, it's okay. You can't do that. Red Syrup says Rich is ignoring this. Rich was ignoring anything in my whole article. So yes, he's also ignoring this as well.
Is funny. OP responds, all right, one way or another, I will know your specific role when the game came out. I'll apologize only then. But for now, being a fan isn't assuring my worry for one of my most anticipated beloved game. Respect to you and all the devs.
By the way, very kindly worded. A very cordial conversation. And here we have Alanah doubling down.
Alanah responds, "You have no reason to worry that a trained professional writer would be writing on a game. That's not at all normal / definitely not something that happens in every entertainment mediums. Don't feign respect where there is none, but thanks anyway."
I don't know about you guys, but if someone responds on X saying you have no reason to worry that a trained professional writer would be writing on a game, coming from the person that just previously said that I do think a defense of it's completely normal for people to be upset that a writer who is a fan of the series is writing on the series is funny after she said she's a fan of the series. You put these things together and it's like, okay, so she's writing on the game. And she's now claiming that she never claimed to write on the game when here we have her basically saying those things without saying, I am a writer on it. She's like, I love the game. And then she says, a writer who loves the game. And then she doubles down saying, a professional writer writing on the game, which she said she's a professional writer, which is why she moved up so fast in the industry. Oh, like she's going to break my brain with her lack of logic with this.
OP says, "As a fan, it's my right to worry, even on veteran writers, that they maybe lost their touch over time. Worrying on the game's performance, especially these times, is reasonable. Going in fans mentions and consider their worry as an attack is unprofessional, Miss Professional Writer." Alanah shoots back, "You quote tweeted me, aka mentioned me. I didn't come to you unprompted. But that's fair, though it means you should also be tweeting all the other writers with
all the other writers. When you say those words, it's assumed that means you're part of the group. When all the other tweets leading up to this point, you said, oh, you're just tweeting at me. You should also tweet the other writers as well. If you were not part of the group, you would say you should tweet at the actual writers because that is not me. She's not saying that, though. That's the whole point of all of this.
the same concerns.
I feel like I'm going insane right now. Red Serb says this is stolen valor. Exactly, which is exactly what she did with the art as well. Stolen valor, pretending that she's something that she's not, pretending that she's more talented than she's not, pretending all these things. And then when it comes to life, she's like, oh, you didn't know? That's on you. It's like, no, it's on you. You're the public figure putting this information forward to everyone. People don't read your mind.
And not just singling me out for no reason. Now, I'm not a professional writer, and she didn't literally say the words, I'm a writer for Ragnarok, but sounds to me like she's saying here, she was a writer on it. And
right. That's what I got out of it too, which is why I made the article, which is why I did the video. Well, along the other things as well, alongside everything else, this was one of the things where she alluded to doing something. And then when it came out that she wasn't, she was like, I never said I was. It's like, yes, you did. Here's the proof of it. I don't care about your clips from your streams. I don't watch your streams. I see your tweets. That's what people share. Be accountable for those and be like, yeah, I misdirected people. I wasn't fully transparent. I apologize. Like, be accountable for that shit. That's all people are asking for. Wildover says activists. There's a lot I could say about Alanah, but I kept it to the factual things that I found. I have a lot of thoughts about her as far as her activism potential in ideologies in the industry, but I tried my best to leave that out of it because I wanted to keep it fact-based off of what I found, and the video still got taken down, which blows my mind.
What's even more interesting than that is that prior to the deleted comment she initially responded to, someone posted a URL, which, as you've seen, I plugged into the Wayback Machine, and it turns out, hey, that's the link to one of the private videos she quoted. And most people who saw it saw the title as What It's Like to Work on God of War. And another really cool trick knowing the URL enables me to do is to look up the archive of its transcript, which turned out to be available on.
That is amazing, by the way. Amazing research. This guy's good. This guy's really good.
A tool I like to use a lot. According to this archive, in a video titled What It's Like to Work on God of War, you answered the question, what do you actually do? Are you writing story, lore, dialogue, etc.? by saying, I get asked this a lot, so I figured I would answer it, even though I've kind of paraphrased that question. The writers on my team write everything. We all write everything, with the exception of, like, there are things that
by the way, guys, I think I know why she privated this video now. it shoots holes in the theory of her putting all this other, oh, I didn't do shit. I didn't do shit. Sure, say that after the fact. But what you led up to was telling everybody, yeah, I was on the team. I'm a writer there. I'm one of the writers. Yeah, we wrote. It's like, no. You can't do both.
I'm better at writing and think that I'm not good at writing. Not good at writing romance. So like if something romantic existed, I would pass on it. I'd be like, hey, probably this person is better at writing this, so they should write that. You just like play to the team's strengths. In case of my team, we all write everything. And that is similar in my experience.
We all write everything. Again, this is coming from the same girl that just made a video saying, I never claimed to be a writer on it. Here is her now privated video where, yep, she did, alongside the tweets where, yep, she definitely wholeheartedly insinuated it. And if you don't agree that she insinuated it, you are insane or a simp. There's no other way you could read what she wrote there.
To every other game studio that I have been involved in. Maybe I'm delusional, maybe I'm crazy. Answering that question that way in a video you titled, What It's Like to Work on God of War, sounds to me like you're saying you wrote on God of War. In answer to another question, she stated again what she does is write games. Again, I remind you, this was in a video titled What It's Like to Work on God of War, which was a Q&A session that was spurred on by and dropped 3 days after the Ragnarok story trailer dropping. And on top of this, less than a month later, as I showed you earlier, she was on Twitter defending her role as a writer to some random guy, specifically with regard to God of War Ragnarok.
I never even claimed to be
a lot of this stuff was in my video that got taken down as well, by the way. And then this is her video claiming that she never claimed to be in it. Convenient, after all the evidence gets taken down, that she goes and makes a video and is like, I never claimed to be a writer. Perfect freeze frame.
a writer on God of War Ragnarok. Anyway, I never implied it. I never said it. I only ever said I didn't.
You insinuated it, you implied it, and you said it. And you hid your video. You allegedly, you or some of your simps had videos taken down showing the evidence. I mean, thankfully, smashjt.com is still available. You can't get to that. I know some people on your side have tried to take my website down. Can't get to that. These people, I swear to God, these people.
So, if the transcript is wrong, if I've misunderstood, would you please unprivate that video? And if I can be a real pain, may I ask that you revert its title to what it was before you privated it? You know, the one that 99% of people saw it with, and that really, really makes it look like you were saying you wrote on Ragnarok.
I understand that if you don't really watch my content and you haven't seen those clips, and obviously content creators who are trying to lie about telling you that I said I wrote on this game and not showing you the.
So she's talking directly to me there. She's saying I'm trying. Now she's pulling my credibility into question and saying I'm trying to lie about it. I'm like, no. I'm not trying to lie about it. I have no reason to lie about it. Sorry, sister. Like, you're gonna have to do better than that. I provided the receipts and the information of what you said to people, and then that video got taken down, and now you're calling me a liar, which is fucking insane to me. And the fact that you're getting away with it is even crazier. That's the craziest part about it, is she knows she's going to get away with this. This live stream, it's going to reach a few of you guys out there. This story's going to die off, and she's going to continue doing what she always does. Pathological liar, allegedly, in my humble opinion.
These clips because it doesn't suit their story.
Sorry, Alanah. This doesn't really hit when you're trying to show people select snippets of evidence from videos you've privated. Snippets of evidence that, by the way, are just you being humble. Oh, I didn't do anything. I didn't do jack all. Making those sleds is so incredible. You know, being nice, knowing your place, downplaying what you did compared to other people. But in the archived transcript of that video, there seems to be a snippet that you didn't include for some reason. It's very cool to have, you know, done enough work to be in the credits. It's I think the third AAA game that I have a credit in, but definitely the one that I had the biggest hand in. So who's not showing who stuff? Because it.
Interesting. It's almost as if she's only showing one side of the coin to make it look like she never lied about anything, while not presenting the information that people had gathered before, presenting it before it got taken down and ripped off of YouTube. Curious. It's just all very curious.
doesn't fit the story. By the way, I have no idea why this matters. I haven't watched the videos attacking her. I just started watching her video about the controversy, and she came off really slimy, so I checked. Only took a couple minutes, and I'm not going to bother looking for more because who knows what else she's more successfully hidden, deleted, or privated, given what we now know of her MO. You know, challenging people to find her saying something when, regardless of the original reason, she knows most of her videos are private, using little snippets from stuff that you can't check. Embarrassing.
I'm telling you. I mean, first off, amazing video by Harmful Opinions. Well-deserved 15,000 views. Let me share this in the chat right now. It's a very, very good channel. First found out about this guy from Sungrand Studios and covering that situation. And very thorough and finds things that I don't find. And I can appreciate that. Because I'm pretty thorough with my research on stuff, but this guy goes even deeper sometimes. And the stuff he found in this video about Alanah Pearce isn't being honest with you really did drive home that, because for a minute there, I watched her video and I'm like, am I going crazy? Because I'm like, I feel like I found all this information. Now my video got taken down and she's denying anything, any wrongdoing anywhere whatsoever on anything. I mean, I guess she tried to take some accountability on the stealing the artwork thing, but then she tried to play that off like, but you do that anyway with the art and it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm like, no, that was a big deal too. But yeah, that is Alanah Pearce trying to pretend that she's innocent. And again, does it hurt that she's attractive? No, it definitely doesn't hurt that she's attractive. I think if she was someone that was very ugly, I think people would be very quick. Just being honest, I think people would be very quick to pile on and be like, yeah, fuck this person. But I think the beauty of her does assist in people being like, yeah, we'll let this off the hook. We'll let this one slide because it's not that big of a deal. I do think this situation does have a lot to do with how she looks and how she personally presents herself. Go look at her pictures of her. Just type her name in Google and do an image search like I did for my research. And I'm like, damn, she really throws herself out there in very scantily clad outfits. She knows what she's doing. She knows. GDR says she isn't attractive. I can't even see her knees. Touche.